What's up, everyone? How you guys doing?
Good.
I had the pleasure of talking to some of you guys throughout the day, or before I got up here, and I realized that you guys are very, very ambitious. I like that. You guys are making businesses, doing your own thing, and it just, I don't know, it just inspires me. And the more I talk to you guys tell me about your lives and all that, I started to feel a little bad because I kind of withheld some information from you guys, and I feel like it's just pent up, and I need to let it go and tell you guys about it. All right. So, real quick, don't tell many people, but I do have a little bit, sort of something of a superpower. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna be probably on the next Avengers. I don't got that type of thing. But I'm trying. I'm like Spider-Man. I'm putting my application in. I'm trying to do a little apprenticeship. See how that works out. But I do have somewhat of a superpower, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. Who's heard of the clutch gene? Anyone heard of that before?
Yes.
It's an idea. A sports announcer, sports analyst guy. Skip Bayless. Anyone heard of him? Mm-hmm. He talks about it all the time. He talks about the greats. Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, all of them having that it factor that when the game is on the line, who's gonna take that last shot? Who's gonna throw that Hail Mary? Who's gonna take their team from, oh my God, we're losing, to, I can't believe we did this, we won. And he talks about it all the time. And it's not just sports, if you realize it or not. It's everyday life, it's everywhere. And my superpower is I'm able to figure out and see who has that it factor, who has that clutch gene, just by talking to you for a little bit. I kind of had to develop that. A little bit by myself. I work Southwest Atlanta as a cop, Zone 4, if anyone knows about it, Cascade. Campbellton, just a little information about the area. The park I have in my area last year, about a year ago in last May, found a dead body. Girl was there, shot, stabbed, left there. Just stuff like that all the time. And I've learned from that I have to be able to figure out who I can trust, who I can depend on coworker wise, people who live there. I need to find out what they have in them. It's a source of survival at this point. If I have a trust in somebody, thinking that they can pull it through and they can't, I might be, out of luck. So over time, I kind of developed it, honed it, thought about it, and everything. And yes, I have this power, and it's pretty great, it's pretty awesome, but I realized something, and it really sucks for you guys, because not everyone has this superpower. Not everyone can look at you and be like, man, this guy is gonna be an awesome worker. Or not everyone can look at you and say, hey, this person can be a really great role model. They deserve the job, they deserve the promotion, they deserve whatever it is you want to have. People just can't see it. I mean, you can show it, you can dress nice and everything, but sometimes the person who's involved with or who's in charge of picking personnel, picking that person to take the last shot, whatever it may be, that person doesn't always make the right choice. They don't always know who has the clutch gene. So what we're gonna work on, and what hopefully for the next few, we're gonna do a couple classes with it, we're gonna work on and focus on, is being able to show people that you have that clutch factor, or that clutch gene. You're gonna be able to present to people and show people in a small amount of time that you're able to be the person in control, that you have that commanding presence. So before we get into it, we really need to know what we're dealing with. The main thing that I figured out that shows people that you have what it takes, or you show basically that you're the person that they need to rely on, is how you deal with pressure and how you look when you deal with pressure. What I mean is there's everyday stresses, we all have them. There's things that happens during business meetings, or things that happen, maybe family crisis, something like that. And basically how you handle that, how you how you take in what's going on, and how you step forward, how you make the next move, and how you look making the next move shows people, if they can trust you or not. Because really, at the end of the day, let's say you're doing an interview, they are just looking at your presence. That's the one part. They're looking at how you handle yourself, how you carry yourself. And that's where, they don't know you, but let's say you're already at a job and you're looking for a promotion. What is the best way for them to say, hey, this person can handle this next level? It's what you did in the past, right? And how you handled it in the past, and how you looked when you handled it in the past. What people don't realize is people who look like they're not stressed out, half the times they're the most stressed out. They're the most meticulous people. And they really try and they really hone in on everything they know, and they're like, I gotta get this right, I have to. But we can't let people see that. So who's here a fan of G.I. Joe? Anyone?
Yeah.
There we go. What is that saying that they always say? Anyone? Knowing is half the battle. All right. So in order for us to realize how we're going to handle the stress, how we're going to unravel it, how are we going to take it over and dominate it, we need to know what it is, right? So I kind of was thinking about it. There's a whole bunch of different things. There's a whole bunch of medical terms, a whole bunch of psychological terms, everything under the sun, trying to figure out what this little thing called stress is. And I kind of thought of something that I like. I'll see if you guys like it. And I just think of it as simply put, the disruption of your natural harmony. One more time, just your hands writing stuff down. The disruption of your natural harmony.
Okay.
So just pretend you have a little shell around you, right? And you're here, you're lit, you're in your spot, you're comfortable. This is your home, this is what you know. Everything outside is outside. I'm here, and I am great. What happens is, you're in your bubble, and something comes and just breaks it. And all of a sudden, you don't have the bubble anymore. You're freaking out. I'm like, what's going on? Some outside force has messed up your bubble, your homeostasis, your harmony, whatever you would like to call it. And when that happens, it takes a toll on us physically and mentally. Whether you realize it or not, it takes time to kind of develop that shell. Not develop it so it doesn't break, but so when it does break, you're not freaking out. You know, hey, I'm gonna handle what's in here, push it out, and then rebuild. So that's one thing we need to realize. Another thing is actually I would need somebody, one brave soul, to come up here and do something for me. Whoever can come, you. All right. So let everyone know your name. David. All right, everyone give David a round of applause. Come up here for a break. All right, David, I need you to be over here for me real quick and hold this cup. All right, here's the situation, here's the scenario, here's where we are at. All right, you live in a small city, right, or a small village, okay? And people depend on you for water. All right, they need the water. What? Yeah, whatever makes you comfortable right now. We'll do something later. And basically what you're gonna need to do, your objective, is go from where you're at to right here. All right, but here's what we're gonna do. Hold the bottle or the top out for me. I'm thirsty. Almost.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Oh yeah, we better fill it to the brim. We need the water, right? All right, your idea, your job, is to take it from point A to point B without letting a single drop fall. A single drop. If a drop falls, your family's gonna die. Everyone you know is dead. This is it. This is the water they need. You got people looking at you. They will figure out. They will look. Oh, they're doing all right. They are looking. As soon as they see you drop something, it is over. Your family is dead. Everyone you know is dying and dead and gone. All right. So, no, you're good. We're gonna pretend to see that, all right? So, what I need you to do, however you want to do it, just come over to me.
So, I have a question.
Hmm?
What happens to the water when I get there?
No, this is the family. This is the village. You need to bring it to the
So
village.
they have to.
They're like, I'm dying of thirst. I need the water right now.
Because I can carry it in my body and it won't spill.
Oh no. Outside, look at that.
So I
but
just have to get there.
but no, I don't think
Get
they
the
want to
cup.
drink that type of water. so-
Well, no.
I mean-
I'm making the objective.
Oh,
Okay.
come my way.
It's way too full.
Come on,
Okay.
you can do it.
Alright.
And we are home. Give him a round of applause. Let's go. Alright. Actually, I'm thirsty, so here's what we're doing. Stay real quick. Stay.
Stay up. Okay.
Okay. How did you feel when I gave you that task?
I felt that it was going to be challenging to get there with the water because it was so full.
Did you have any sort of stress when it happened?
No, I didn't feel much stress from it, but I could see how someone would if your family really was dependent on that water.
Mm-hmm. So the thing is, some people who do this actually do feel somewhat stressed out because you have people looking at you and you have the situation I gave you. Now, who really believes, shows hands, that if he would have dropped that water, which he did, that his family was gonna die? Anyone?
Yeah.
No one really believed that, but somehow I heard when he had dropped some, you guys were like, oh no, oh my God, his family's gonna die. But that really wasn't gonna happen,
Right.
right?
Right.
And no one believed that was gonna happen. And you can sit down, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Give it one more round of applause. So what I was saying is, no one believed that it was gonna happen, but the narrative is in our head. And sometimes, well, a lot of times, stress is just narratives in your head. This is it. Your body, believe it or not, your mind and your body does not know the difference between I'm about to die and Sadie left me, didn't let go to the prom with me or something like that. Something big to something small. It doesn't. It's just stress. It's